Hi, welcome again to Infinity Health. This is Dr. Carl Hansen, and just want to share with you today Danielle Morelli, a medical student working with me from LSU Medical School. It's been really great having Danielle here this month, been able to share a lot of bits of information, and one of Danielle's areas of expertise is relaxation, mindfulness, yoga, various techniques we can use to help de-stress our lives and just make our functioning better. So I invited her to come on, and she was gracious to come on and just talk at least about some things regarding yoga, relaxation. So Danielle, let me go ahead and have you have the floor.
Thanks, Dr. Hansen. I'm happy to be here today. Hello, everyone. So today we're going to talk about mindfulness and yoga and how they could help us in stress reduction. And we're really going to focus on some breathing techniques and some simple yoga techniques that we're going to demo today. And so one of the things that happens as we become anxious is that we have an increased breathing rate. And this is something that we don't even notice a lot of the time because breathing is so automatic to us. So when you start to realize that you've become anxious and you start to breathe a little bit more heavily, what you want to do is just sit down for a few minutes, find a quiet place where you can sit down and have both feet on the ground and kind of sit up tall. And you want to begin to focus on the breath. And this is one of the cornerstones of mindfulness training, is focusing on the breath. And what you want to do with the breath is lengthen the breath and also even out each inhale and exhale. And so we're going to demo this here today. You could have your eyes open or closed, whatever is more comfortable for you. And so what you're going to do is inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can repeat this for at least 5 cycles, or however long you think is necessary to reduce your anxiety.
So not to interrupt, but the point is to try to help make it a controlled, steady inhalation and exhalation. So
Exactly. And by doing this, you could count to yourself inside your head and really just focus on the breath to decrease your breathing rate.
And another, so you have to, it's helpful to be able to have a reflection to kind of catch yourself, to sort of notice when you're actually having this feeling of anxiety, or actually can feel yourself breathing. So I guess some people can actually feel that the breathing is changing, and hopefully they can intercept it then. So
yeah, and actually feel like you're in control of your anxiety, right? And not have this thing that anxiety is in control of you.
Sure.
One of the other things that we do when we become anxious is that we breathe from our upper chest and neck region, and we tend to take shallow breaths. And this actually perpetuates our anxiety when we continue to take shallow breaths. So one way, in addition to what we just demoed, the lengthening and evening of the breaths, you also want to do what's called belly breathing. So this means that once you begin to inhale and you feel your chest expand, you don't want to stop there. What you want to do is begin to breathe into your belly and expand your belly and lengthen your breath even more, like this. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe into the belly. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then again, you can repeat this at least 5 cycles.
As a pattern we also use for singing is to make sure that we breathe with our belly and our diaphragm and not just get these unsupported weak breaths that are just up in the chest. So same thing. Okay,
exactly. It helps by breathing into your belly. You expand your lungs even further and you get more air into your lungs, and especially into the upper zones of the lungs, which are less ventilated than the lower parts of your lungs.
Okay.
So those are some breathing techniques you could basically do anywhere. And now we're gonna show you some light chair yoga poses that you could do anywhere as well, at the office, at home, on a park bench. And so the first thing you want to do is find a comfortable seat, and you also want to try to bring your buttocks to the edge of the seat, because it's really nice to have your knees below your hips. It helps open up the low back and kind of take some flexion off of your hip joints. And so the first thing you want to do, and Dr. Hansen is going to demo for us, is again still use those breathing techniques that we showed you just a moment ago, but start to include some movement. And so what you're going to do is inhale, lift your arms up overhead, and then exhale, bring them back down. And this is kind of like a warming up kind of motion, and you could repeat this 2 or 3 more times on your inhale going up, and exhale, down. And then once you do this and have your warm up, then the next pose is going to introduce some light stretching to your side bodies. So on your inhale, you're going to bring your arms up overhead, and then grab your wrist, okay? And inhale, you're going to lengthen your spine and reach up, and then on your exhale, you're going to lean to your left because you're grabbing your right arm. And this way you get some nice lengthening of your side body and rib cage. And then on your inhale, come back up to center. And then on your exhale, you're going to lean the other way, to the right. Inhale back up to center. And then exhale, you could go back the other way or bring your arms down. But typically you can repeat that pose 2 or 3 more times.
Feels better already.
Yeah. Okay, and then the next pose we're going to do is going to be a gentle twist. So we've already lengthened our side body, but now we're going to take some gentle twisting motion. So you could cross your legs. You could do right over left first. I always like to do the right side first. And then what you want to do is place your opposite hand, so your left hand over your right knee.
Okay.
And basically use it as an anchor. You don't really want to be on the knee joint, actually. You want to be more on the thigh portion.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then you're going to bring your right hand to the back chair, as far as you could go, whatever feels most comfortable for you,
Okay.
to the back of your chair.
Which hand?
Your right hand,
Okay.
so because you're going to introduce a twist.
Mm-hmm.
And then on your inhale, you're going to lengthen your spine. And then your exhale, you're going to use your left hand as an anchor to introduce a gentle twist. And again, you only go as far as you could go. And you could stay in this twisting posture for a few breaths, and then come back to center, and then switch sides and do the other side. It's always important to do the other side. So inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to twist. And again, you can take as many breaths as you want in this posture, and then come back to center. And then bring both feet down.
Okay.
Okay. The next stretch we're going to show you is a hip opener. And so again, you want to make sure at the edge of your seat, but you don't want to fall off. And you're going to place your right ankle over your left knee.
Okay.
Yeah. And so in this posture, if this is already, you're feeling a stretch in your hip at this point, this is as far as you could go. But if you're want to introduce more flexibility or challenge your flexibility, you could start to place some pressure on your knee and then begin to lean forward. And you should start to feel some more stretching in the hip.
Right.
And again, it's really, really important that when you begin to lean forward, you're keeping your back straight. You don't want to have a slouching posture as you're doing this. Cool. And then you would repeat it on the other side. The last stretch we're going to show you is a hamstring stretch. We can't forget about the hamstrings. This is often tight for a lot of people. And so what you're going to do is interlace your hands behind your thigh, above your knee, and then you're going to support your thigh and then begin to extend your right foot with your right foot flexed. And this should feel like a nice stretch, and you also may feel it it's a low back opener as well. And again, it's not really how high you want to get your leg, but just how flexed you want to make your foot and how extended you make your knee.
You feel it in the calf muscle too.
Yeah,
actually.
exactly. And then you would repeat it on the other side. And so those are some easy and simple stretches. And again, if you ever feel pain at any time, we advise you to not continue doing the poses. These are supposed to be relaxing and light stretching poses, not painful poses. So there's always that disclaimer that you don't want to, induce pain.
All right. And if there is, you can call me.
Yeah. So basically, if we focus on our breath and take time to slow down, and this helps train the mind to stay in the present moment. And if we practice this with mindfulness and yoga, we hope that it transfers to other activities and areas of our life. And studies have shown that practicing mindfulness training and yoga has increased quality of life, is decreased fatigue, decreased sleep disturbances, and decreased depression and anxiety. And if you want to have more information on this analysis, the link will be posted at the end of this video.
Very good. Yeah, I found that if people practice some of these things and actually finally get a realization that they have actually some control over their stress, some control over their anxiety, then from then they can apply that to many more different things. But a lot of people never have even encountered their ability to handle stress. And so to them it's always foreign. So, all right, well, thank you, Danielle. It was great. Thanks for coming on and giving your expertise here, and I'll want to make sure everybody do subscribe to our channel for other health information. And I would just say, just keep your eyes and ears open for Danielle out there in the medical world in the future, because she's going to do great things.
Thank you.
Been wonderful to have. All right, well, thank you. All right, bye-bye, y'all.